So, guys, it's David here, and it's currently day 335. I hope you guys had a fabulous day and are doing better than yesterday. But the time is currently 7:35, running a bit behind schedule, but that is totally fine because I do have plenty of time to really tick off the things I want to do today. And that being to finish reading Become Supernatural, amazing book that talked about being presence and energy. Although towards the end, I kind of lost track. It is mainly in the start of the book that is the most important. So I'm going to finish the book either way. And after that, I am going to do my self reflection, something I have been neglecting. And before I procrastinate any longer, I'm going to head in and work more on my project. Something I have not touched for 3 weeks, something that should have theoretically be completed by now if I have lived through with it. If I had stayed persistent, if I had just put in the time like I had before, then it would have been done by now. And you guys would have seen it, you guys would have used it, and most importantly, you guys would have had fun and perhaps criticized me about it. But that's the thing, guys. If you give up, if you let life get in the way, then you're going to miss out on a lot of time. You're going to miss out on creating projects. You're going to miss out on closing sales. You're going to miss out on getting the things you always desire in life. So the biggest regret I have made in my life is to allow life to slip, is to allow my mind to be in control. But I no longer feel sorry for myself because that was the choice I choose to make. So the only thing I can do right now is to pick up where I had left off and not look back at my old life. Is to not look back at the distractions, not look back at what life pleasures has to delude you with, but rather focus on one goal and one goal solely, and that is to win, that is to become successful, and that is to become the person you said you were going to become. Keep your promise to yourself, and let's start embracing the failures and hope to find victory in those failures. So I'll see you guys this afternoon. So guys, the time is currently 1:30, and I have completed reading the book Becoming Supernatural. And my key takeaways from this book is that we channel different energies. We channel energies at different frequencies, and that what we can accomplish in life and the path to success will be determined by our energy. This internal energy that we hold, this energy that we radiate on this different frequency wavelength. Now, going into life with positive energies, which is going to be strong emotions, will allow us to become more clear, will allow us to be in a more present state, and most importantly, it will allow us to free up any energy that we have given away to our past and future, and use that energy in the present moment to create something new for ourselves, to break free from our old habitual automatic habits and behaviors. So channeling positive energy is a hack to make this journey of growth more palatable. It will make the journey more easy and more endurable. However, don't get me wrong, the journey to greatness is still a challenge each individual has to overcome. And by going through this journey of growth, we all have to experience a stage where we doubt ourselves, where we have lost problems, we can't control our urges, when in essence we are living unconsciously and we are in this realm of living and reliving our past. And by overcoming this first stage, we have to channel our energy back to the present state. And eventually, when we lose ourselves in the present moment, when we realize that to be present, it means to be nobody, is to be no thing, and is to not focus our attention or energy on anyone or anything, and let alone ourselves, when we become present, we are faced with a new set of challenges. We start to doubt, we start to become afraid, we start to have fear on overcoming what it is we have to overcome now. And by being present, it means that we are focused on the problems, on the tasks and obstacles we have to overcome to become the person we want to become. And for me, that may be coding, that I'm afraid to code, that I'm afraid to fail, that I'm afraid or I doubt in myself that I have the capacity to learn. And for you guys, it may mean something totally different. If you're in sales, that maybe you're afraid to pick up the phone. You may have doubt in yourself to sell your product to someone. And in essence, once we overcome the realm of being unconscious, the realm of living unconsciously in our past, by reliving our past mistakes, by repeating this past habits or behaviors, and just basically not being present on the actions we are doing every single day. Once we get past this initial first stage of change, then it becomes the present where we have these emotions of fear, doubt we have to overcome then. And once we overcome the present state of overcoming our thoughts, our own will, then we go into this third stage of having our energy just flowing around in this infinite time, pretty much, in this endless possibilities where the all emotions we feel is of joy, pleasant gratitude, and just forgivingness. And to get to that third stage, we have to overcome the first two stages, is to first find ourselves and to lose ourselves into overcoming our own limiting beliefs. And then once we do that, we will go into this new stage where we become the person we solely want to become. And that is to live joyfully and to be happy, to be grateful, and to be that of energy instead of a living matter. But to get there requires a journey. But from reading this book, it really made me understand why is it that we have to make life more difficult to become the person we want to become and yet to not feel those emotions that that person embodies. Why should we feel sad? Why should we doubt in ourselves? And why should we always make our routines and lifestyle difficult and more hardworking than it already is by being sad, by not being happy, by not being content about life, by not being grateful about the things we have, and just being a, a sad person? Why is it that we have to make life more difficult than it already is? But rather, we should go into our journey, we should go into our journey of growth with the emotions that the person already embodies at the end stage of the journey or the person we want to become. Face life with gratitude, face life with appreciation, and most importantly, be happy and find joy in the process of your journey. By doing so, you are not, in essence, allowing yourself to skip through the first two stages of growth, because to face your own doubts and beliefs and limiting beliefs is inevitable. But my point, and I'm trying to make, is don't make life more difficult than it already is. If you are bound to face doubt, fear, and anger, and overcome your loss, etc., whatever, if you're bound to face these emotions, then don't make it more difficult by going through these stages, embodying those fears and doubt. Believe in yourself, appreciate, be happy, face your fears with courage. Do those with the emotions of that person you want to be and embody those emotions. And by doing so, you are going to make this journey of growth more palatable. You're going to make this journey of growth more possible. And really, reading this book, and perhaps the main lesson I have abstracted, is to be the person you want to become, is to feel and experience what it is to feel like that in the moment of unconsciousness and present. Is when you meditate, not only do you just want to visualize, but you want to feel what it is to live in that moment of visualization, what it feels like to be a winner, what it feels like to close that sale, what it feels like to overcome your own problems. to really live in the scenery you have created for yourself and channel all the energy that you have dissipated, that you have unwillingly foregone to your past and future, and really channel that energy to the present moment to find yourself once again, to overcome the feeling of victimization, to blame others of your own incompetence, to blame others of your own failures. To overcome that first step means to find your present. Once you find your present, you have to lose yourself of your own limiting beliefs, of who you have envisioned yourself to be, of who you believe yourself to be. You have to first lose yourself. You have to first break down all your beliefs in order for you to form a new set of beliefs, a beliefs that will change you into a whole different person, that you'll be so happy that you have made the right choice to do so. With that being said, I'm going to do my self-reflection now, and after that, I'm going to go to work. So today has been amazing. Although I have not yet done any coding, that is totally fine because I will get around to it. But really, after completing this book, it made me realize that I do have a lot of time. And the only reason why I feel like time is so scanty is because I have been living in this belief that if I don't value every single second of my day, then I won't have time for anything. But after practicing the meditations in this book, and I have not even completed most of the meditation in this book, but just by doing a little bit of the meditations in this book, it had made me realize that the only reason I feel like I don't have enough time is because I choose to not believe I have enough time, and that I am not using my time effectively or wisely. And by doing so, I had made up this imagination belief in my mind that I don't have enough time to do anything. But that is because I have been living in my body. But once you allow your energy to flow freely, and once you become something but matter, you realize that time really becomes infinite. That the day you have plentiful of time. And if you use it wisely, if you stay present and focused, then you can get wonders done. You can accomplish great things. But that is all I gotta say for now. And I'll see you guys tonight. So guys, the time is currently 6:30. And I came home today pretty excited as I have ordered my mic so I could really use this microphone properly. But it turns out it would not clamp into my desk. Therefore, I have to either return it or perhaps do some moderation on this desk. Perhaps, I don't know, do something about it so I can clamp this stupid thing on my desk. But either way, guys, today has also been great, and I am excited to come back today simply because I control my mind, I control my urges, and most importantly, I have stayed present and focused to break my automatic behaviors that I have set for myself for the past few weeks. Now, I do want to contribute today's success for my fasting. I have not eaten a single drop of calories thus far, and I have an epic feast waiting for me downstairs as a reward for staying disciplined to control my urges. And really, having this fasting state really allowed me to understand myself more, as that any thought that comes into mind in the moment is only a distraction. If we can delay the thought, then eventually it will dissipate. So that goes with anything, guys. And I do think I want to continue on with my fasting for however long I can sustain this. And I'm just excited because having this fast done, I have experienced a tremendous amount of clarity. And as long as I drink a lot of water throughout the day, I would not have the urge to really eat any food. And likewise, I don't really like to eat food anymore. It's just boring. So saving my energy to chew on food will definitely allow that energy to put into creating something wonderful with my life. But that being said, I'm going to go downstairs now, have my amazing feast, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Amazing day planned tomorrow, and it is going to be exciting. So I'll see you guys then. Good night.